Hey you guys. Sorry, I'm just switching out my outputs here before we get started because we're about to, but y'all know I was gonna come on here and talk to y'all first. And I see that it did switch out my audio, so I don't know if y'all could hear when I was just talking to y'all, but um good, we're here. To everybody. Oh, let me put this in. Y'all, I'm seeing so much stuff that's literally upsetting me about this case, and not details from like the coroners or anything like that. It's mostly black people. It's black people's response that's kind of irking me a little bit. And the reason why is because there's a blatant double standard here. And I think I think black women don't really understand how when they participate in these situations with these black men, despite the parents and their mentality, despite what we know about Nolan Wells, all it does is fuel a double, like, how are you participating in the double standard but complaining about it at the same time? I don't understand that. Sorry, y'all. Partially, I'm still getting ready, and then it's hot in this room, and I'm trying to, like, have this air on me because I'm hot. And so I'm just trying to do that and kind of like just fix my hair here a little bit, but because we're gonna get into it. Um, Mississippi, the last state to ratify slavery, they didn't do it until, I don't think this is so necessarily about, I don't necessarily think this is about the state of Mississippi. So, like, to me, this isn't a state issue. This is more of an issue with black men and just black people in general is my issue with this case, because like we constantly do the same things, and I think black women have not accepted the fact that this is something that they can't get black men out of. I think black women don't understand that this is a fight between black men and white acceptance, and I think that black women just aren't really paying attention largely. But I mean, black women never pay attention to anything except black men anyway. So it's like it's not like anything is new. Nothing is new per se. Like, it's not new that black women only focus on black men. I don't think that's new news to like anybody. I don't think anybody will be confused on that, because that is just how black women have operated in this society, as like the buffer between black men and the situations that they put themselves in. And so that's what mine is going to be focused on. Hold on for a second. I'm going to go grab a bottle of water, and then I'm going to get on camera and we'll talk a little bit before we go live on YouTube. Hold on. Okay, I went and got my water. Let me get my lights on. Yeah, but that's really the reason why I'm coming on here to talk about this. And I'm going to make it very clear. I'm not coming from a point of, oh, I'm concerned for Nolan. No, that's not my issue. Isn't any of that actually. The matter is an issue of racism. I'm annoyed that people keep trying to undermine this. Yeah, that's one of the issues too. That's one of the issues too. Like, how are you I'll save it for the show. I'll save it for the show because the whole thing's irking me. Like, the whole thing's irking me. Like, completely. And I feel like every time this happens, black women have the opportunity to stand for something other than black men, and we continuously show that we don't stand for anything except black men who the world knows. Like, that's what's interesting. The world knows black men don't stand for black women, but black women continuously stand for black men. And so, you know, when I get into that and kind of focus on it, I'm going to just put these stuff. Sorry, y'all. I'm just cleaning this stuff out of my area. I'm just cleaning up my makeup right now. So that's why I turned on this camera. Because I'm like, it's messy over here. Because I didn't have this makeup out. But yeah, it's just black women's response to this. Because I get that a lot of people are talking about it. Like, when I go on TikTok, I see a lot of white people. A lot of white people talking about it. Like, white people who look like redneck hillbillies talking about it and calling for justice. So, I mean, you said, to be honest, I don't care about black people. Black man wants to live in the sea of whiteness. Right. And that's, I'm going to talk about that because nobody wants to talk about this. This dude wanted to be a token among white people. Like, that's just the reality of it. He wanted to be a token. And I don't understand why we're not talking about that. I'm starting to wonder that myself. I told y'all that they parents are extremely suspicious to me. The parents are extremely suspicious to me. One of the reasons being that the mother in herself, to be honest, his father looked like he's more hurt than the mother does. Nolan's dad, to me, looks more hurt in the face than the mother does. Yeah, I think white people in any situation is going to be white. That's what we need to understand. White people are going to be who they are in any situation. And we're dealing with a situation that white people created. Because even though I do believe this boy was a self-hater, this is the situation that white people created for this boy. And I just feel like that what needs to be said, per usual, is not being said. I don't like what's being said here. And actually, now I realize I need to change my thumbnail a little bit. Give me one second. I'm about to change this thumbnail real quickly. Give me 1 second. Yeah, I just got to change my thumbnail a little bit because there's something I want to point out here too. There is absolutely, and this is about black women directly. Because here's the thing, I understand that black men are going to be who they are. Like, this is what I understand. Black women are going to be black men are going to be who they are. What's really irking me though is, like I said, it's black women's response to this. Give me 1 second. Let me move this. Move that. that. Give me 1 second, because do y'all notice how when Ashley Janae was the topic of the week, did y'all notice how the response was very different from for this black woman? And black women see this, and this is what the problem is for me largely, is that black women see this and they're just kind of not responding to it in the way that they should be. Black women respond to everything in a manner that clearly shows that there's not a lot of self-value at all. And so to me, what is this? Hold on. To me, that's a problem. Alright, I guess that other one thing just ain't gonna be on there. I ain't got time for this. I really don't. So, let me just change out my thumbnail really quickly, and then I'm gonna be on here with y'all. If y'all choose to go look at the changed thumbnail, you can, but you will see it on YouTube as well, because I'm definitely putting it on YouTube. Okay. Alright, so I just had to change the thumbnail really quickly. Okay, so it's saying changes are saved, so what are we doing? Okay, hold on. Okay. Alright, now what happened to my theme so I can see y'all's chat box? Oh, I gotta do one more thing. It's weird because this is saying, give me 1 second, that is saving the changes. It's not saving the changes. Like YouTube is not changing these settings. Yeah, they're not saving the settings. I don't understand why. Why is this doing this? There we go. Now it saved the changes. Okay. Okay, sorry about that. Okay. Sorry, y'all. I'm just trying to find the playback with y'all. I'm just doing something for the playback. Sorry, y'all. I'm just trying to... Because I'm trying to get both the playbacks on here. So just give me 1 second, because there's two. I have it for the other one just for a copy. I just have it as private because it's a copy. Oh, so y'all wouldn't get to be in the yeah, you guys wouldn't be in that one anyway, because it's private. So I'm just doing, yeah, but here's the thing. I don't see any black women at all seeming to have a problem with this. And this is something that I actually do have a very large problem with. Why is this saying verify you're a human? Of course I'm a human, duh. Black women and girls are being taken out left and right. Elderly black women are being beaten. Well, there's a lot to this that is not really being like I said, there's a lot of it that's not really being addressed that I kind of want to address, because there's a lot that is just being ignored about this situation. And that's why because I really, to be honest with y'all, I don't really feel like being on YouTube today, to be honest. I don't feel like, okay, Ebony Magazine is probably going to become a little less biased in this situation than these other news outlets, because there is obvious bias here. So I would never say this isn't a racial situation. It obviously is. Obviously, this is a racial situation. I mean, I think Stevie Wonder can see that. I'm sure Stevie Wonder can see that this is a racial situation. So hopefully no one would be dumb enough to try to tell us that this had nothing to do with race, or that somebody is race baiting. But I think that what black women are largely ignoring is that black men are on the side of white supremacy. They are. And I don't understand why it is that black women still cannot see this. I don't get it. I don't get what is blinding. I need to ask. I gotta ask. I have to. I'll show y'all in a minute. I'm gonna share the screen for y'all in a minute. Because I want to know what do y'all think is stopping black women from seeing the truth about black men? And I know it's black male worship, but I really just want to know what can be done about this. Like, what can be done about this? So I had Google Gemini pull a card just to see. I want to see this really quickly. The barriers to clarity and what might be clouding the perspective collective. The moon card. So they're delusional. Alright, so it's just delusion. We dealing here. Let me show y'all. We just dealing with delusion according to these cards. It's really just believing lies and delusions at the end of the day. So this is what we dealing with. The moon is the card of illusion, depths, and things hidden in the shadows. Black men ain't hiding nothing. So this must be black women just not willing to learn the truth, because black men are not hiding who they are. When reversed, it represents a struggle to release old fears, anxieties, and deeply ingrained conditioning. So this is black women's problem. It's brainwashing. The reading. What often blocks a clear view is the dense fog of societal narratives, historical conditioning, and generational survival mechanism. The moon suggests that subconscious fear, such as the fear of vulnerability, betrayal, or collective instability, force a reliance on protective illusions. Instead of seeing individuals clearly, there is a tendency to view dynamics through the lens of the trauma, media tropes, or idealized expectations, which distorts the actual reality of who people are. I feel like this is spot on. It's a mixture of conditioning and just delusion. It really is. It's a mixture of conditioning and willful delusion. Card 2, what is hidden? The Ten of Wands. The Ten of Wands represents carrying an immense, exhausting burden. It is the card of the overextended, carrying the weight of the world, often long after they should have set it down. Hidden beneath the surface is the hidden burden of the protector or the savior complex. So black women are delusional enough to think that they can save some men who don't want to be saved by anybody but white men. Like, black men are not interested in being saved at all. Like, they're just like, I just don't see black men being I really don't. I don't see them wanting to be saved. So for black women to even think that these bandits want to be saved is a problem. That's the first problem. The first problem we dealing with is the fact that black women think they want to be saved. Because I get here, there is a deep-seated, historically reinforced feeling that black women must carry, defend, and salvage the image, emotional state, and social standing of black men at the expense of their own clarity and well-being. This sense of obligation creates a blind spot. When you are carrying a burden that heavy, you cannot step back far enough to see the whole picture objectively. That you should not be holding it. That you should not be holding black men up. Like, it's like black women gotta let this go. This is stupid. This is stupid at this point. Like, I get what the reading is saying, but how long do you go through cycles of it not being reciprocated and the man killing you before you realize this ain't your burden to carry? Yeah, black men don't want to be saved. They don't think they have anything to save from. So this is just black women being stupid. Like, these bandits do not need to be saved. You can't. Here's the thing. Black women can't save them. Black women can't save or protect black men. If they could, this would have stopped a long time ago. And I'm going to stop talking because then I'm going to my YouTube rant in a minute. Because that's literally what it's going to come out as. It is about reclaiming mental clarity, speaking truth without fear of backlash, and using discernment as a protective shield rather than relying on comforting illusions. The cards show that the primary barrier in is the accumulation of historical baggage, protective illusions, and the exhausting sense of duty to carry the weight of relationships and communities. Seeing the objective truth requires the courage of the Ace of Swords to cut through the noise, drop the survival-based narratives, and demand clarity and accountability in a moment. And black women ain't gonna do that. So, what you gonna do, girl? Yeah, they are being deaf, dumb, and blind on purpose. That's exactly what it is. But wondering why their own situation has not changed. But then black women are deaf, blind, and dumb, fighting battles that they can't win for black men, but then sitting up when you ain't got no progress, wondering why. Because racism-wise, black women really haven't made any progress because they're too busy trying to do something that they can't do, which is protect the black man from white men. Like, you can't protect them from this. This is nothing you can protect them from. And I wouldn't even try. I don't even think they deserve black women trying, actually. I don't see them in deservance of black women trying. And it's foolish. Like, so much more, like, black women are leaving themselves and their children unprotected so that they can try to fight a battle for black men that is just, they're not gonna win. Like, it's just not possible for you to win a battle between another group of men and black men. Like, it's really stupid to even do this. Like, how long are you gonna go into these cycles not realizing that this is not your fight? It's not. This is between black men and white men. And quite frankly, black men have already opened their mouths and said they would prefer to be oppressed by a white man than have a black man in power. So I guarantee you these white supremacists, if black men had voted for Kamala, do you think these white supremacists would feel emboldened to toe tag them? Nope. It wouldn't. Black men went out and voted for Trump though. And I get what the majority of them did, so nobody needs to remind me that the majority of black men did already vote for Kamala, but I do know black men doubled the amount that voted for Trump during this past election season. That's what I also do. But I'm about to turn on this camera. Hang on, y'all. I just gotta go get something. Give me 1 second. Okay. All right, let me get my camera on. And then we're going to go get on YouTube. That's what we're going to go do. So, oh, why isn't, oh, did I not plug it in? Oh yeah, I didn't plug it in. Sorry, y'all. I didn't plug my camera in, so of course my camera was not showing me, because how is it going to show me and it's not plugged in? It has to be plugged in, of course. Did y'all hear what happened to Boosie? Yeah, he thought that money, yeah, I was going to talk about that too. Dumb Boosie. Yeah, and I'm going to show you, he's so stupid. He's just dumb. This dumb idiot paid it to some random white supremacists. Let me see. Let me see if this is my link for dumb Boosie. No, it ain't, but we'll put it over here anyway. And then I had another. Okay, this one, because I do want to go over this one too. Okay. Let me see if I can find it. This might be it. With dumb Boosie. Okay, yeah, here it is. Okay, look, you talking about this one? Because, girl, listen. Boosie is Boo-Boo the Fool of the Year. He really just, at the end of the day, is. Like, he really just, at the end of the day, is. Let me go into camera. There we go. Okay. Then it is. Okay. And then what do we need to do with this one? Turn this one on too. And then mode. Okay. All right. So here we are. Here we are. Let me show y'all what I was going to show y'all. What we was going to go over. By the way, I'm about to make this live and we're going to talk. Divisive little Boosie is also pleasant to look at. Extremely. Extremely. And when Tasha K pretended to be him for Halloween, she needs to be concerned about the fact that she came out looking too close to Boosie. But let me go in the thing real quickly and make this live. Let me just go in there really quickly and make this live. And then, which one is this one? Okay. And then we'll change this. To this. Okay. There we go. All right. There we go. Sorry about that. Now let's go over Boo Boo the Food. Jasper is outside. He is literally, he's like sitting in a bush outside. Y'all know he loves sitting in bushes outside, so that's what he owns and what he's doing. He gave money to DJ Vlad. Let me show you. Let me show you this. Look at this. Boosie paid $600,000 for a Trump pardon to the same men convicted of robocalling black voters. I want y'all to sit on this for a minute. I want y'all to just sit on this for a minute and think about how dumb this is. This bandit sent $600,000 to people that he clearly couldn't even identify. Idiot Boosie paid $600K to two political operatives who promised they could deliver a Trump pardon. The pardon never came, and he is now in arbitration trying to claw back half the money, according to an investigation published Monday by Notice. Now, do Boosie got $600K to just lose? No one has $600K to lose. That's over $500,000. He doesn't have that money to lose. Even only getting $300 of it back, if he can recover that, yeah. This is the dumb bandit. The operatives are Jacob Wall and Jack Berkman of J.M. Berkman and Associates. In 2022, those two men were convicted in an Ohio court over a robocall scheme that hit 85,000 voters in predominantly black neighborhoods with false information designed to scare them away from voting by mail. This is who a black rapper from Baton Rouge handed six figures to. Listen, let me say something really quickly. And I got to turn off my camera real fast because I think a piece of hair got on my lip and it's like irritating me. So give me a second. I'm going to turn this camera back on. But, listen. Let me find a nice way to say this. These males in the community, I don't know if y'all want to call them men. I don't know if y'all want to call them boys. I don't know if you want to call them dead weight bandits, whatever you want to call them. I prefer to call them bandits. They're not the sharpest tools in the shelf, and they go out of their way to make that known. They make that known. They go out of their way to make it known that they are absolutely not the sharpest tools in the shelf. This was an idiot move. That's what this was an idiotic move. It just was. This was a very stupid move. And it shows you where black men's interest lies. Because you went to pay two politicians to do something for you. Mind you, this is his individual goal. He's not going to those politicians to do anything on any collective level to get black people out of some kind of disenfranchisement. He wasn't doing it for any of those reasons. He was doing it so that he's not held accountable for a crime that it sounds like he actually committed. So he paid two suspected white supremacists $600,000, all so that he can get a pardon that, mind you, Trump did not tell him he was going to get. Trump didn't tell him that he was going to get a pardon. He went to some other people, mind you, some people known for scamming people in his community. He probably didn't care to research them. He probably figured white man equals higher up position, white man equals social and political power. Therefore, these two men can get me out of my situation. This is idiotic. And if he don't get his 600K back, which I really hope he doesn't, if he don't get his 600K back, that's on him. It's on him. It's on him. If he don't get it back, it's on him. And it really just is what it is. The contract, which notice reviewed, required the full 600K upfront. Half of it was non-refundable. The other was supposed to come back if no pardon arrived by the deadline, and Boosie requested the refund in writing. The refund clause is the entire fight. It is also, according to two lawyers and a pardon advocate who spoke to Notice anonymously, deeply unusual. They said they have never seen a pardon contract with a refund guarantee in it. One had seen something similar, but at a far lower retainer. Can black women pull up a chair so we can have a little conversation really quickly? I really need black women to step into the room right now. I'm gonna have to call black women to the carpet to come get prayed over, not to a white Jesus, but we need to pray over you with the truth. We need to pray that you remove the rose-colored, dust-covered glasses from your eyes so that you can see these bandits in the true, honest reality that they are sitting in. You said, see, now they think only about themselves. They never thought about the community at all. You can literally look up every court case that black men have ever filed, and it's always going to be on behalf of themselves. They have literally never went to any court system, did any advocacy, or asked for anything at all. They've never done anything on a community-wide level. Here's the thing. This is not about black men per se. This is about black women. Level Up Goddess. This is about black women. This is a call out of black women. Because here's the thing. One thing about black men is that they're very consistent in the way in which they treat black women and the way in which they demonstrate to black women how they feel about them. That's the one thing that we cannot deny, is that they are 100% honest and consistent in the way in which they treat black women. They are 100% consistent. It is consistent degradation. It is consistent disrespect. It is consistent pedestalizing of other people above black women. It is consistently showing that they will gloat when something happens to you, but when it happens to them, they expect you to be 100% empathy, even though they have none for you. They still expect you to have 100% empathy and throw yourself in the line of fire for them. And that is exactly what you're doing. That is exactly what you're doing as a black woman. Just a few months ago, not even 6 months ago, not even 6 months ago, and y'all seen the thumbnail. Y'all seen the thumbnail with Ashley Janae on it. Ashley Janae is a black woman who dared to date a white man. Ashley Janae went out on a trip to Tanzania with a man of no color, and there were reports out saying that she self-unalived. Black men took that story as an opportunity to gloat over a black woman's demise. They took it as their opportunity to show everybody why black women should not be in proximity to men of no color. They took it as their opportunity to do a global FU, I told you so, to black women. And then months later, when a black man who literally surrounded himself with nothing but white people, let's go to the image. We gonna put the image up on the screen. Cause am I the only person who saw this image? Cause we definitely about to put this back up on the screen. Cause I think I'm probably the only. I must be the only person who saw this. Surely I must be the only person who saw this. I must have been the only person who saw this picture. I must have been the only person who saw it. Now, this isn't the only picture that's came out about this man. Y'all want to see the newest picture that came out? Because it really ain't different than the other one. It really ain't no different than the other one. Remember, Ashley Janae did nothing but go out on a trip with a man of no color, and black men were gloating about it. Black men were gloating about it. We not gonna lie. We gonna get it 100% true. If you didn't see the other image, you see this one. Show me the black people in here except for Nolan Wells. Because to me, this looks like a black-eyed pea sitting in a pool of milk to me. To me, it looks like somebody took one black-eyed pea and dropped it in a bowl of milk. This is the dude who has shown and demonstrated he didn't even want to be around black people. No, there's no black males in none of these pictures. There's no black males in any of these pictures at all. None. No black males. There's no black males. There's no black females nowhere. His two parents, father with a biracial exotica. We know the pathology of black men who date racially. There's studies on it. I've come and talked about it extensively. We already know this is not coming from a place of love. This is not coming from a place of I just ran into this woman of no color and I'm just head over here is in love with her. That's not what's going on here. What's going on is that you have a man who was drowning in self-hatred, who desperately wanted white validation, and that is what he passed down to his son. That is what he passed down to his son. The parents said in an interview and said their son does not see color. But he was drowning in the sea of whiteness, though. He saw color enough to not include it in his social circle, but he doesn't see color. His father saw color well enough to choose a biracial woman that he identified as not black, but the son don't see color. It seems like he spent his life ostracizing and running away from the color that he's claiming he does not see. They moved to a 95% white population neighborhood. They moved to a neighborhood that had almost no one in it but white people. And look, I'm not saying you can't live amongst white people if you want to. You can. That's the beauty of the situation. Those segregation barriers have been removed, so you can go move into a 95% white area if you want to. And your son can meet the same fate that Nolan Wells met too. So let's play this video here, because there's a lot coming out about this situation. Let's play this video here, because there's a lot. Give me 1 second. Okay. Let me see. Okay. I want to go over a video. Yeah, Boosie is an idiot. Like, how are you this stupid? Like, I don't get, yeah, they not, I'm just going to say this. If I had a son, I would be completely embarrassed. I would be completely embarrassed if I had a son. If I had a black male son, I would be so entirely, completely, beyond embarrassed. I don't understand how black women who have sons who are not biracial, mind you, who are fathered by a black man. I don't understand how do you wrap your mind around these being your offspring? Because ain't nobody else dealing with this. No one else is dealing with this but you. Where you have a black man who was toe tagged, and the whole narrative around it is deciding whether this was race-based or not. Everybody is trying to figure out that whether this is race-based or not, from a man who literally surrounded himself only with white people. So even if it wasn't race-based for people of no color, it certainly was for him. He chose his crowd. He chose his crowd. Let's go into it.
There were no immediate signs of foul play. But there is growing frustration in the community, and his parents are skeptical. Telling GMA, Wells left his phone behind, and they tracked it to one of his friends.
It was showing everywhere the phone had been, like it had. I was like, well, it's showing that he's back on land.
The sheriff said the parents have not turned over the phone to investigators. Their lawyer said they will. While the investigation goes on, Tristan Shepard wants the focus on his friend.
I want everybody just to relax and let everybody mourn the loss of Nolan. And let us remember him as being like a sweet guy. I think everybody needs to let the investigation continue and let the facts be shown.
Shepard told us he has spoken to the police, and the sheriff's department said both he and other friends of Wells have been cooperative. Aaron Kittersky, ABC News, Ocean Springs, Mississippi. Wells drowned and say there were no immediate signs.
So, ABC News posted this. It says, a viral video depicting a 4th of July party at a barrier island off the coast of Mississippi does not depict an argument involving Nolan Wells, a childhood friend of the late teen, said to ABC. Listen, I'm going to tell y'all this. I'm just going to go out here and let y'all know I don't believe nothing that comes out of the mouth of the people who are there. And I also don't believe anything that comes from the mainstream news. So when you have this bandit of no color here, because we know we can identify this as the bandit of no color, saying what he's saying, I don't care. I don't care. I'm waiting for that private independent autopsy to be revealed. That's what I'm waiting for. The jammed berries. You said he had one black male friend. They both took snow bunnies to prom. I swear any black woman trying to advocate for these black men are just as deranged as their beloved bandits. They are. They are. You said I think that's his mother, but that's his stepdad. The mother clearly has a type, and so does the stepdad. Yeah, the stepdad is a self-hater too. And apparently the dad is probably a hater too. A self-hater too. The dad ain't even there. Where even is the dad? If that's his stepdad, where is the bio dad? Because two things we have not seen. We haven't seen any of his black friends, if he has them. We have seen 0 black friends show up to speak on his behalf. Did y'all notice how the only black people you keep seeing speaking out on his behalf is his black stepdaddy? If this dude had black friends, which I'm suspecting that he didn't have black friends, we ain't heard of them. We ain't heard from none of them. They did show black friends. They were at the parents' house and one spoke out on TMZ. I think I have like the video that you're talking about. I don't think this person is a friend of his. I wouldn't consider him one. But I'm absolutely about to find it, because I wouldn't consider, and I do have it, because one of them spoke out. Let me get something really quickly, because one dude spoke out claiming it was his friend, the light-skinned dude. Let me see if that's the one I'm looking for. Because I think it is. And then we'll go over it. Hold on. Because that wasn't it. I have it though. And just 1 second, you guys. I'm just waiting for IG to load this clip so I can see what the friend. Yeah, I don't know where my thing is. I know I had it. I'm trying to see, because I know exactly what you're talking about with the light-skinned dude on there. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about with this light-skinned dude. Who didn't sound like any friend of his yeah. I mean, I don't see it as I don't see him being as a friend. I don't see him being his friend. When we go over something else again too. There's a couple things I want to show y'all. Yeah, I can find that video. Let me look on Neighborhood Talk or something. Let me see. See. Oh, I think I'm about to get to what it is. Give me a second. Let me pull the Fox News clip out. This may be the one you're talking about.
Continuing to track any developments in the investigation into the death of 18-year-old Nolan Wells. His mother spoke out to the community on social media, asking anyone with information, videos, pictures involving Nolan.
I need to find that link though, because there was something I wanted y'all to hear that I picked up on. There's something I want you to hear.
To reach out to her legal team. The family held a news conference Friday alongside Reverend Al Sharpton and attorney Ben Crump, which revolved around the call for transparency and contradictions in the case.
There were no saved pictures. There were no snaps from that day. And we did open it before the 24-hour expiration. So we found that very concerning, only because anyone who's ever been around Nolan will tell you at social gatherings, he's taking videos, he's taking pictures, he's even come up to me when I'm getting ready to go to bed, hey Ma, come on, take a picture of me. You know, like he's just, that was Nolan.
Now, a friend of Nolan is also speaking out. He says he's letting the investigation play out and hopes to get any answers for what happened.
I think everybody needs to let the investigation continue.
Listen.
And let the facts be shown. And if the fact shows that somebody harmed Nolan, I hope that there is justice brought. And if it was a tragic accident and somebody didn't speak up, I still hope justice is brought. The facts is the only thing that's going to overturn that. So that's what I'm just waiting patiently to see before I think anything else. I just know I've lost my best friend.
Meanwhile, a rally was held in Ocean Springs where hundreds gathered at the corner of Government and...
So did y'all hear the part of the video? Because it doesn't have it in this one, and I need to hear the full thing. I really do. I need to hear the full thing. Because I need y'all to hear something that this dude said. Let me see if I can get it off of here, if this is on it. Because I really need y'all to hear this, because I think this was a slip. I think it was a slip. But this ain't it. I have to find it, though. Oh, here, is this it? Let me see.
That's right.
This morning, a friend of Nolan Wells, who was with the 18-year-old the day he was last seen alive, is sharing what he says happened during a July 4th boat trip to an isolated barrier island off the Mississippi Gulf Coast. Trayston Shepard declined to speak with us on camera because he says he and his friends are getting threats.
We did no wrong here, and we don't understand how we're getting so much hate behind it. We all care and love Nolan, and nobody wants to see Nolan die. Nope.
Look, I want y'all to look at this. Now, you see the screen, right? Coming out. Let me see something. Look, I want y'all to see this. Read what's on here. We all cared and loved Nolan, and nobody wanted to see Nolan die. Nobody wanted to see Nolan die. Nobody wanted to see his life be taken so short. Nobody said that his life was taken. When did they disclose that his life was taken? Because usually, even if somebody's self-unalive, people say he lost his life. Yup, look, nobody wanted to see Nolan die. Nobody wanted to see his life be taken so short. How is it that nobody is picking up on the fact that this dude just mentioned that somebody obviously seen his life be taken? Having your life be taken means that somebody took it, which means that someone unalived him. That's the first thing I heard on here.
Nobody wants to see his life be taken so short.
Shepard addressed this viral video that investigators have been studying. Wells' parents worried it showed their son involved in a confrontation, but Shepard said that's him, not Wells.
That's what they are referring to. That's me yelling.
Shepard says he took a boat back from Horn Island in the late afternoon, but Wells stayed behind with a girl he had met.
They met that day, and it was kind of one of those things. It did come off that day that he really did like her, but that was the only time they'd ever hung out, was at Horn Island on July 4th.
Investigators believe Wells...
I just know I lost my best friend.
This morning, a friend of Nolan Wells, who was with the 18-year-old the day he was last seen, drowned, and say there were no immediate signs of foul play. But there is growing frustration in the community, and his parents are skeptical. Telling GMA, Wells left his phone behind, and they tracked it to one of his friends.
It was showing everywhere. The phone had been like it had. I was like, well, it's showing that he's back on land.
The sheriff said the parents have not turned over the phone to investigators. Their lawyers...
Okay, now, notice how this is very similar to Ashley Janae, except that Ashley Janae didn't go with a group of people. She went with one white man. Nolan went to it with a group of them. Nolan was in this all-white circle trying to shoot his shot at a woman of no color. Oldest story in the black community book. This is literally the oldest story in the black community book. Black man has obsession with whiteness and white women. Black man surrounds himself only with white men. Black man is observed by men of no color trying to shoot a shot at white girl. black man ends up toe tagged. Yeah, Jacqueline, he was. He was. It's the picture. I believe I put the picture on the thumbnail. Yep, it goes all the way back to the Moors. It goes all the way back to Black Wall Street, all the way back to Rosewood, all the way back to Emmett Till. Black men still ain't learned. I told y'all a long time ago. I told y'all a long time ago that a woman of no color is the only thing a black man will fight and unalive for. Miss Blackson said, I bet money he got in a fight over a Becky. Yeah, just like that dude out in Greece. Y'all remember that black man out in Greece? Over that woman of no color, Bakari Henderson. Y'all remember Bakari Henderson, who went out to Greece with a group of white men? That's all he hung around with. Remember him? Bakari Henderson. I already told y'all this is Bandit's pattern. I want to show y'all something else. Because here's the thing. Black women always want to put themselves in the forefront for black men who didn't like them. The way in which Nolan lived his life, granted, I get that he's 18. Granted, I get that his parents taught him not to see color, although he saw it enough to exclude black people. Because that's what he was doing. He excluded black people from out of the most important part of his life. That's why he chose to go with a group of men of no color to a remote island, thinking he was safe among whiteness. Literally thinking that the safest space for him is among a group of only people of no color in Mississippi. These are the males that you want as your leader. Males who lack any type of discernment. Males who can't even keep themselves alive because of the dumb decisions that they make. My brother was talking to a non-black girl for a couple of months. She got upset one day and threw a glass at his face and had the nerve to call the police and lie afterward, saying that he hit her. And this is what they're choosing. This is what they're choosing. You saw a post. It wasn't a post in another one. It was one before him. It was one before him. I want y'all to look at this though. I want y'all to look at, this is in the wake of Nolan Wells. I want y'all to look at this. This is what black men are doing. Black women refuse to see reality though. I'm going to mute this because of the music in it, but I want to read the caption. I'm already on the way to an island and I just saw the Nolan Wells story. Now the saxophone's getting louder. Look at this. He looked like the type too. He looked exactly like the type, don't he? Don't he look like the type? Let's go to another one. Let's go to this one. Look at this one. Another one. Look at this. Having white friends finally paid off. absolutely looks like the type. He is the type. He is the type. And that's the thing, because here's the thing. Here's the thing. When the situation was Ashley Janae, it was all about, oh, she was with a white man. She made her choice. This is what happens when you with a white man. Now that it's a Nolan Wells, yet another black man who surrounded himself only with people of no color, who lived his life in direct opposition to anything that will be defined as pro-black, who surrounded himself only with people of no color, only wanted to talk to women of no color, didn't choose. If he had black friends, he didn't choose to take them out to that island with him. He didn't choose to take them out to the island. He didn't care about being on an island with some black men who possibly could have got his back. What he wanted to do is surround himself by people of no color. He wanted to be a token. Listen to how his parents talk. His parents just lost their son. They just lost their son after he went out with a group of people of no color. Hold on, you guys. Hang on. Hey, you guys. I need to run and go do something real quickly. I need to run and go do something that's only going to take me like about 5, maybe 7 minutes. But I need to go do it right now. I want to leave the live stream up. Or do you guys just want me to restart it? I can either leave it up and go do what I need to do real quickly. It's not going to take a long time. Or I can leave it and restart it. I would prefer to just leave it up. Okay, I'll leave it. I'll be right back. Give me about 7 minutes. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, y'all. Oh my God. Sorry, y'all, for that. That was a little 911 that I had to go take care of. So, sorry, I'm back now. I am absolutely back. Sorry about that. You said black women, who is your greatest threat? Black men. We already know that. Black men are the greatest threat. We already know that. We already know that. You said how perfect just came back to. Yeah. You have good timing. Cause yeah. You said, yeah, the intermission has concluded. We are back. Absolutely. Yeah, but so that's what black men are doing. This is what they're doing. Because this is just who they are. And what I want black women to understand is that this proximity to whiteness, is something that black men feel like they are the only ones who have a right to pursue. Black women feel like black men are the only ones who have a right to pursue this as well, because there was a sector of black women when Ashley Janae's situation was in the spotlight. I'm not going to let it go. I'm not going to let it go because I heard a whole lot about Ashley Janae being with a white man. This is a black man who only surrounded himself by white men. Did I see hundreds of thousands of black men lining up for Streamer University? No, because I don't care about what black men do. But here's the thing that black women got to understand about black men. Because if black men signing up for Streamer Academy surprises you, then it kind of is feeling like you may not be paying attention to them. They don't stand for nothing. They have no real goals. They have no real plans to do anything. They're kind of just existing in blackness. The reason they are existing in blackness is because of black women. So there's nothing that black men have to really do to uplift themselves. They already know black women will do it for them. They also already know that black women are going to carry this double standard for them. Black women participate in the very double standard that they complain about that black men benefit by. Because this Nolan Brown case is literally showing, Nolan Wells, whatever. Nolan Wells case is showing that when it's time for black women to show that they do... When it's time for black women to show that they don't engage in non-reciprocal one-sided relationships, and that if there is a black man who obviously only wanted to surround himself by everything white, then you will let everything white get his back. That's why y'all saw me not talk about this for so long. This is why you have not seen me talk about this situation on TikTok or otherwise. And really, I should be on TikTok right now. Yeah, let me get on TikTok real quickly, because I'm gonna get on TikTok so we can do this on two different situations. Because listen, black women just aren't paying attention. You're not paying attention. You're just going on. Like, how are you progressing if you refuse to progress your mind? How are you going to progress if you refuse to progress your mind? How are you going to progress? You're not going to progress. And what black women are doing is, black women are literally refusing to pay attention to what they need to pay attention to. You are not obligated to have the backs and give advocacy to those who, number one, don't reciprocate it. So that's the first problem, is that they don't reciprocate it. They don't reciprocate it. That's the first thing. Secondly, they're the primary ones harming you. Let's not act like this wouldn't have happened to a black man by a group of black men. Hello? Hello? Are we just going to have the selective outrage when a black man is toe tagged, or we suspect that he is toe tagged by a group of white men? Black men would have did the same thing to him. black men would have did the same thing to him. Let's not act like they wouldn't have. You said, Jules, you said black women need black men to stay down because these mammies know the second a bandit get money, he's off to ski the slopes. Yeah. Yeah, black women know that black men don't have their back. They know that they not loyal. They know that they don't like them. They know they don't have a choice but to know. Black women aren't clueless. They're not clueless. Black women are living in the consequences of black male pathology. Their children are suffering as a result of black male pathology. Black women do not care. This is why I said black women don't even care about their children when it comes to black men. It's evident. You can observe it. It's measurable. It's literally measurable at this point. You do not care about your black children. You care about grown ass, disloyal ass black men who really don't care nothing. They care nothing about what you got going on. All they want to see is you disenfranchised in some type of situation. But as soon as something happened to you, or as soon as something happened to them, they're running to black people. Because if Nolan Wells' parents are sitting up saying they don't see race, they taught Nolan to not see race, and they don't want to believe that this situation had anything to do with race when it's quite clear that it had everything to do with race, then that was their mindset too. That's their mindset. That's their mindset, yet they're running to Ben Crump, yet they're running to Reverend Jesse Jackson, yet they're sitting up in front of Michael Strahan, yet they're sitting up in front of black people as they sit up and coddle white feelings, talking about, well, I don't want to believe that this has anything to do with race. This was your moment, ma'am, to put white supremacy on trial, and all you did is coddle it. All she did is coddle it. And it's because these two people that raised Nolan are white supremacists themselves. It is because they have the same mentality. They have the same mentality. They place the same value on the whiteness that they believe toe tag their kids. But you best believe they ain't gonna sit up there and say it, because they too busy coddling white feelings. Whiteness and white proximity is what's most important to them. Yeah, they said Nolan didn't see color, but he's surrounded by a sea of whiteness. What they meant to say is Nolan didn't see color as valuable because we don't see no value in blackness. So therefore, since we don't see no value in blackness, then we gonna teach our son to not see value in blackness. Show me the picture of Nolan hanging around his black friends, or is it just the white ones that he wanted to promote? Where is it at? Where are the people? Where are the pictures of him? Where are they at? Where are they at? Let me send this TikTok video because it came up on TikTok video. We'll listen to it. It's about this too. It's literally given that it's really making me think the mama was in on this. I'm telling y'all this right now. It's literally giving the mom was in on this. Let me give me a second. Let me I might let some people come on to oh, I need to make some people some moderators, so on TikTok. So sorry, I'm about to make some. And then I'm going to go live. I'm trying to I'm trying to do this. It doesn't let you, like, I'm literally want to go on TikTok, but it doesn't even let you do a healthy title, because essentially Nolan was toe tagged by the people that he valued the most. Literally. Like, he was toe tagged by what was known as his people. He was. I believe he was. I guess we gonna have to listen. we gonna have to. We just go out to. We got to figure it out. Hold on, because I'm trying to. This is just so if people want to come in while y'all are on TikTok. Because listen, because what we're talking about is this Nolan Brown situation. I don't know why I keep saying Nolan Brown. I don't know why when it's Nolan Wells, but the reality is this dude was toe tagged by his own people. At the end of the day, he was toe tagged by his own people, the people he felt had the most value to him. Because if Nolan, I'm going to say it again, if Nolan had black friends, why didn't he invite some of them to this party so that he didn't have to be the only black person there, so then he didn't have to be the token at all, so that he didn't have to be the token, and so somebody would get his back. He thought these people of no color were going to get his back. That's what he thought. He thought people of no color were going to get his back. Or he didn't even think they would create a situation that required them to get his back. Yet nobody is talking about this dude's love of whiteness. Nobody's talking about his parents' affinity for whiteness. Nobody's talking about the fact that this dude is in pictures surrounded only by white people. Nobody is talking about the fact that this dude, if there was an altercation that led to his demise, it was over a woman of no color, typical. Why is nobody talking about that? But when it was Ashley Janae, it was like, oh, she got what she deserved because she was with that man of no color. Well, Nolan was with a bunch of men of no color. Nolan only surrounded himself by men of no color. Nolan was rarely ever seen with anyone other than people of no color. So where is the same energy? Mostly by black women. Again, bandits are going to be who they are. Bandits are going to be who they are. I don't expect them to have any loyalty. Hey to y'all on TikTok. My divinity is with me. Hi. Hey to everybody. Sorry I haven't been on here and I haven't paid attention to y'all yet. But, like, listen. This has been irking me for a minute. This has been irking me for a minute because I really wasn't even going to talk about it, because I was going to regard it the same way I regard Telvin Osborne or any of those, the Bakari Henderson, the John Botham Johns or whatever. I will look at it the same way I look at any of those. And the bottom line is I'm tired of people, black women mostly, being outraged and trying to protect black men from their preferences. They are still running this same narrative that the preferences are better. White men are their preferences too, quiet as it's kept, because they have so much to say. They got so much to say about men of no color, but they running around with a cape on for a man who only wanted to be around men of no color. He only wanted to be around men of no color. That's it. He didn't want to be around nobody else, just men of no color. When it was Ashley Janae, all we heard was oh, white man this, white man that. Oh, see, this is what black women get. You said make my screen bigger. Give me a second. Let me try to go into y'all know I still don't know how to work this. So let me try to see what I can do. Y'all know I still don't know how to work this. And I don't think I'm working it the right way either. Cause I don't know how to make the screen bigger, y'all. Yeah, y'all, now I don't know how to make it bigger. Let me go into the settings. And then I'll see. Yeah, I don't know. I can't see how to do it. I can't see how to make it bigger. So I don't know how to make it bigger. But at the end of the day, you'll still see it, because I just don't know how to make it bigger. But you can still watch. It's fine. The reality, what irks me the most about this is black women. That's why I say I'm not even talking about black men, because to me, in all honesty, black men have demonstrated that they are a complete lost cause. To me, they are a complete lost cause. I don't think we should look at them for any protection. They obviously can't protect themselves. Clearly, it's quite clear that they can't protect themselves, and they're going to come to you when something happens. They're not going to protect themselves. They're going to run to black women. Black women are still the front line of advocacy for these males who don't even like them, who just showed them that when it comes to you, if this is not a shirt, it's a dress. It's not a shirt, it's a dress. For any of y'all that wanted, y'all on TikTok probably saw it too, but this is a dress, not a shirt. But I think bandits are a lost cause. So nothing I say is ever going to be directed towards bandits. It's just not. I'm not going to ever direct it towards bandits. I already know they're a lost cause. I'm not a hope-driven person. I'm an evidence-based person. I'm a person who recognizes patterns. I'm a person who understands, because I've done the research, that bandits have been engaging in this behavior for a very long time. They have been engaging in this behavior for an extremely long time. Like someone said, it goes all the way back to the Moors. All the way back to the Moors. And if you need me to show you what I mean when I say it goes all the way back to the Moors, well, we can get into that. We can absolutely get into how it's gone all the way back to the Moors. But the reality is these bandits have been treasonous. They've been glorifiers of white. They've just been it. And the whole time we act like we don't see it. We act like we don't see that they still propping these women up on a pedestal. We act like we don't see that they always trying to use these women as a weapon against you. We act like we don't see that they always complaining about men of no color and their oppression, but then will go surround themselves with only men of no color. They'll literally go surround themselves, use as a scapegoat for everything, when they're not using black women as one, mind you. When they're not using black women as one. When they're not using black women as one. If black men really truly feel like men of no color is the problem, then you should not be advocating for this dude in any way, shape, and form. You should not be advocating for him then. Now, granted, do I think that he should have been toe tagged because he's a white worshiper? No, I don't think he should have been toe tagged because he's a white worshiper. Do I think he should have been discarded in a river? No, I don't think that should have happened to him. But I also don't think black women should be advocating for him. I think the only people who should be advocating for him are black men and white women. That's it. I don't understand why black women can't seem to sit this one out. Why is it with you black women that you can't just let black men hold their own nuts for once? Because they force you to do it on your own. Who runs to black women's back when something happens? Who runs? Who gets black women's back when something happens? Because I don't think nobody do. I think the answer is nobody. Black women are left to fend for themselves, but they're always advocating for black men. See, because while you feel like it's your obligation as a black woman to defend black men, even through all of their bad, terrible, destructive, violent behavior, they don't feel the same way about you. While you will tread lightly on paying attention to any other man of a different race, they will wave these women in your face. This is a dude who you probably could never, you will probably will find no picture of him being with a black woman nowhere. Where did this dude display his love for black women at? When did he display his loyalty for black women at? Because your bare minimum standard as a black woman should be that you absolutely have to reciprocate what I give you. If I'm advocating for you, you need to reciprocate the advocacy. You said don't have a problem dating outside my race, just hasn't worked out. Listen, if all you're doing is changing the race of the man or woman and you're not doing any healing work, then it's not going to work out. It's not going to work out. Because that means there's some problems there that you need to address that you're not addressing. You're just simply bouncing from person to person, swapping out the race. You still will need to do the work. Discussing the Nolan Wells case and black women's advocacy for black men. Oh, this is the AI summary. It's in Nolan Brown, because I keep saying Nolan Brown. Yeah, if you don't want to date them, if you don't want to marry them, for the people on TikTok, don't do it. I don't think they're not worth it anyway. It's not like they have something to actually offer you. And what I don't like, another thing I don't like, is the fact that black women ain't calling out this double standard. They're participating in it. If you know that we just saw Ashley Janae, like we can even strip it away from Ashley Janae. We can look at what they did to Megan Thee Stallion. Look at what they did to Megan after they celebrated whatever his name is. I forgot his name. It ain't important. Look at how they treated her. They literally did the same thing a white supremacist would do to them. They propagandized her. They made a photo of her having a line of men and a train ran on her. So to me, these bandits couldn't be more obvious about their white supremacist pathology. The reason that dude surrounded himself by white people is because that is what was valuable to him. He didn't see value in being around groups of black people. Like I said, not that the same thing wouldn't have happened, because we ain't gonna act like the leading cause of death for a black man is not another black man. So we know that it would have been more likely to happen with some bandits, to be honest. To be honest, they absolutely would have done the same thing. They absolutely would have done the same thing. And I stand 10 toes down on it. Sultry Rose said it's always black men surrounded by white men getting toe tagged. Yeah, because they want to be a token. They want to be a token. I don't know how many times I have to tell y'all that these bandits ain't even interested in women of no color like that. They want to get to the white man. They want to be the white man. They want to have the same experiences as that white man. This is why when anything happens, they don't say, go punish the white man and make things equal. They say he got off, so we should get off. They don't have a problem with the behavior. Spiritual B3712 says, see them out here in Newport Beach all the time. And I say to myself, like Sam says, y'all care more than they do. They keep proving, yeah. And they're going, because that's who they are. It's not that I possess some knowledge that no one else is privy to. That's not what it is. I'm not over here better than anybody else. I'm not in possession of some knowledge that nobody else have. I'm simply looking at pattern. I'm recognizing the patterns. That's all the things I'm doing. It's just pattern recognition. And pattern recognition tells us that this is what these bandits have been doing consistently. Really, if anybody on TikTok got an issue with it, you can just you can just come up. You can come up. You can absolutely come up. If anybody on TikTok has the issue, if any bandit in here wants to explain to us on TikTok why it is that it's okay for you for a black man to be surrounded by a sea of whiteness, unless you that type of black man, then I understand why you will be advocating for this man. But I want to know why y'all had so much white smoke for Ashley Janae, why I was constantly hearing white man this, white man that. I want to know why Bandits was in my comment section telling me to talk about Ashley Janae, but you don't have the same energy for Nolan Wells, who was literally a black-eyed pea in a bowl of milk. Literally. This dude was like a black stain on a white sheet. This is how much he wanted to go surround himself with whiteness. Oh, I know bandits are scared. Bandits have a lot of pussy popping to do in comment sections, but they can never come up. They scared of women. I know. They scared of everybody. That's why bandits can't protect nobody. They're too afraid of men. We will get into that later. But the bottom line is the reason they're afraid of men. They're afraid of men. They're mostly afraid of white men, the ones that they always want to flex on a black woman and say they bigger and stronger than. It don't really matter if you're bigger and stronger, you're far more weak-minded. And we know you're far more weak-minded because black men keep seeing themselves in this situation. Case in point, let me show y'all this other situation that happened. That black men ain't about to do nothing about, mind you. And we know they not about to do nothing about it, and we don't expect them to either. But here's another situation too. Black men standing around asking for help just like women are doing. Look at this. White Texas teen arrested for evidence tampering in the toe tagging of black teen Daniel Irving. Do you think that this was different than Nolan Wells, or do you think it was the same situation? It was the same. I know on TikTok y'all can't see it. I know y'all can't. I know y'all can't see it, but this is another headline of another black man. The mystery surrounding 18-year-old Daniel Irving's death at Lake Ray Hubbard just took another jaw-dropping turn and is raising even more questions about what really happened during those fateful moments in April. It's July. It's July. We've heard of multiple cases similar to this happening. We've seen multiple instances. I want to know what bandits plan to do instead of sitting on the internet and cry and scream foul play. I thought y'all said y'all were stronger than them. I thought y'all said you were a threat to them. Because it sounds like Nolan Wells wasn't a threat to these men. It sounds like these bandits, the toe tag Nolan Wells, felt like they was going to get away with it. They ain't saying nothing. They went and had themselves a burger after. They were hungry. They went and had lunch after. Reminds you of Jim Crow, don't it? Kind of reminds you of when they would have lynching picnics and they would sit up and share food with a kid and a family as they tortured a black man. Sounds like the same scenario that black men have not addressed yet. That's what it sounds like. Sounds like black men spend more time in the Supreme Court fighting for Becky's cooch than he spent fighting for his own liberation or his life. That's what it sounds like happened. It sounds like that's what happened to me. You said first you thought it was a white T-boy in the blackface photo. No. No. Yeah, they not gonna come up. They not gonna come up. They're not. They already know what's going on. They not gonna come up. They not gonna come up. Level Up Goddess said there have been some lynchings going on within the last few months. Yeah. Yeah. Do y'all think that if black men, all of them who voted would have voted for Kamala Harris, do y'all think that these white supremacists will be running around toe tagging them and parents ain't able to see bodies, phones are being kept, which technically is robbery. Because why do y'all got this man's phone? Number one. Number two, even if he said he was going to an island with another girl, he would obviously want his phone, because then he can't contact nobody when he gets off the island. So why would you leave your phone in a boat when you get to the mainland, what, you just don't, now you stuck with no phone? You ain't got no way to get nowhere? It makes no sense. Nothing about the case makes sense. So I'm not going to sit here and say this man wasn't victimized. Of course he was. Of course he was victimized. Completely and totally. I'm sure he was completely and totally victimized and brutalized. I have no doubt about that in my mind. And I don't think he drowned either. I don't think he drowned either. I don't believe anything that any of them are saying. My spidey senses have been tingling. I don't believe a word of what they say happened. In fact, I know it did not happen. I can prove it. I can prove it physically. But I absolutely know that what they're saying happened did not happen. I don't have proof of it though. Do I differentiate between biracial and black men? Not in this situation, no, because the biracial male would have simply inherited the self-hating pathology that his black father had. So, no, there is no differentiation in between it. And I don't know why you would be asking that when last I checked, Nolan Wells don't have a white daddy, he have a black daddy. So you even mentioning, it would be the same thing. A biracial only wanting to surround themselves with white people, it would be the same thing. I don't think he got what he deserved, but I think he got what came to him. I don't think he got what he deserved. I don't think anybody deserved to be tricked, set up, brutalized, and toe tagged. I'm not gonna look at this as a deserving case. I'm not one that could put that judgment on anyone. I can't pass that kind of judgment at all. I'm not gonna say he deserved it. I don't think he did deserve it. I don't think he did deserve it. He was 18. He was 18. So even if he was a self-hater at 18, if you're displaying this much self-hatred, it's because this is who your parents molded you to be. It's because your parents molded you to be this way. He was 18. He just stepped into adulthood. So, yes, 90% of this, I think, is on his parents. Nolan Wells didn't move himself to a 95% white community. Nolan didn't teach himself that in a society full of white supremacy, he needs to not see color. He didn't teach himself that. He didn't teach himself that. The black man that helped raise him, I don't know if his daddy raised him or his stepdaddy. Sounds like his stepdaddy raised him. He was turning 19 on August 9th. They said his birthday was in October. They said his birthday was in October. I think I heard his parents say his birthday was like October 8th or 9th. So here's the thing. Use him 6625. Here's my thing. The type of language that some of y'all are using in regards to him, I'm not going to use, because this was still a teenager. It was an adult teenager, but he was still a teenager nonetheless. He has teen after, and even next year he would have had teen. And even when he turned 19, he still would have been a teenager. This was a teenager who was taught to not value blackness and to overvalue whiteness. He was taught this. This is learned behavior. Like the dude was 18. He ain't even 19 yet. So, like everything that I was doing at the age of 18, I was probably doing what I was taught to do. And I can assure you, based on where he lived, based on how he spent his life, he was taught to place a high value, an extremely high value, on white validation. Hold on, you said, give me a second. See, I don't. We need more black. Oh, you said thank you for y'all for sharing it. Yeah, no, more black women do need to listen because black women should. Here, first of all, this is not your fight, black women, and there's nothing you can do for black men in this regard. There's nothing you can do for black men in this regard. The only thing you could do is bring awareness to an issue that everybody is already aware of. That's the only thing you can do. This is a situation between black men and white men, and quite frankly, on the spiritual level, I kind of feel like this is their karma. I kind of feel like this is karmic for them. I really do. I feel like this is karma for their centuries of treason. The fact that they went through slavery with you, they went through Jim Crow with you, and got off that damn plantation and start hating you and loving the people that put them on it. Because the reason why you were there to begin with was because of them. I believe this is their karma. They sold you out for this very group of men. They sold you out for this very group of men, and it is the very group of men that's out here toe tagging them. Hold on, y'all. I just want to make sure. I just want to make sure of something, because I want to make sure just on here. Y'all will still be able to hear, but I'm just doing something. Yeah, but it's the fact that black women think that they like you. This is not even something that you can counter for black men. This is not something that you can fight on black men's behalf. The only thing that you can do is put yourself in the way and further highlight how much of a coward they are. Because if they weren't cowards, you would not have to step up and be on the forefront for them. So in a way, by you interfering, you are just putting them more in danger. That's all you're doing. You're doing nothing but putting them further in danger. Because you're showing the world that they're cowards. You're showing the world that they're not going to fight for themselves. And you're showing the world that they need women, the most conquered group of women on the planet, to advocate for them, because they won't advocate for themselves. They won't advocate for themselves. They still not advocating for themselves. They're looking for somebody else to advocate for them. If you go on TikTok, where I'm mostly seeing this being talked about, if you go on TikTok, it's mostly black women talking about this. It's not black men. It's not black men talking about this. It's black women. But this isn't a battle that black women can fight anyway. This is between black men and white men. Black men need to hold their own nuts in this situation. They need to do it. It's not your fight as a black woman. Yeah, of course they're not talking about Carmelo no more, because now this bandit is here. They get to be a victim. Because they just found a bandit that they turning into a victim. They're turning him into a martyr. Because look, I want to know, why am I seeing, hold on, I want to know something. I want to know why I'm seeing pictures like this. Let me show y'all this. This is, I want to know, why on earth am I seeing these type pictures out here? What is the reason for a picture like this? By the way, y'all, I know on TikTok you can't see it. It's a picture of Nolan Wells being turned into an angel. Why is he getting angel wings? Like, I really got to understand this. I really got to understand what? We deifying him too? So now we deifying him. So we deifying a male who was black, who only surrounded himself with white people. Now this is what we doing? Why is he getting angel wings? Why is this man being martyred? What did he do other than drown in self-hatred? Because he may have drowned. I don't think it was in that river. I think it was from self-hatred. I thought thought black women said they were resting. I thought you said you burned your cape. Did you go resurrect? Did you go reconstitute your cape? Did you, like, what'd you do? You resurrected your cape? Because I'm telling you, if you put your cape on, please take it back off. This is not a situation this isn't a situation that deserves your cape. This ain't that. This is not that. You don't need to have a cape on for a man who you can't even find can somebody find me a picture of this dude with a black person other than his stepdaddy? Anybody? Do anybody got a picture of this dude with anybody black other than his stepdaddy? That biracial dude ain't black. The biracial dude that we saw on the news that just came and tried to okey doke us, try to sell us sugar on shit and tell us it's a brownie. I won't be eating it. Cause I know that even when you sprinkle sugar on shit, you still getting sugar on shit. You're not getting a brownie. That dude was on the news pissing on your leg telling you it's raining. No, it's not raining. It's not raining. A black male went out with a bunch of white males. He is the only one who did not come back alive, according to them. And then, rather than them helping to look for this man, rather them showing any type of concern, they went to go grab a bite to eat. That's what they did. They went and grabbed a bite to eat. I don't know why y'all thought that y'all were not dealing with the descendants of those savages that had you on a plantation and all through Jim Crow. They ain't doing nothing but what they been doing. And I don't know why y'all think anything changed. See, this is where the delusion is. This is where the delusion is. And it's delusion based on black people's willingness, mostly black men, obviously, because they are far more delusional than black women. Black men's delusion got nothing. Like, black women's delusion pales in comparison to black men's. Black men convince themselves that despite Jim Crow, that despite being on a plantation, despite you going through a civil rights movement where you had dogs sicked on you, you had water hoses turned on you, you were brutalized, you were beaten, you were toe tagged, you were discriminated against, they literally showed you that they didn't want you around them when you were going through the civil rights movement. People of no color did everything they could. They left no stone unturned showing black people that they don't want to be around them. As soon as civil rights movement ended, black men said, yep, I'm going to run over here and this is who I'm going to get with. I don't want nothing. I don't want nothing but whiteness. That's all. I want to drown in a bowl of milk. Dion Walton and Nolan Wells both died the same day, both surrounded by white males. Let them. Black men are dying to belong, literally. Shout out to the Lifetime movie called Dying to Belong. You should watch it. It's a good movie. I actually might look for it and watch it, actually. I might watch Dying to Belong. Have y'all seen the movie, the Lifetime movie? If y'all have seen the Lifetime movie Dying to Belong, let me know. If y'all have seen the movie. Because there is a Lifetime movie called Dying to Belong. And that is literally black men. They so desperately want white validation. They so desperately want to be let into white men's club that they will perish if they have to. And if you tell Telvin Osborne, you will just come out and say that you will perish for your Becky. Thank you so much, Nancy. And now you said black men project their desire to live like white men onto black women, which is what they think is why black women wear. Yeah, it is. They project everything. Everything is a projection. Everything with them is a projection. Everything. They're telling you glorify biracial babies, but they were literally sitting up at a table toasting to more mixed babies. Everything they do is a projection. They sit here and talk about how you aligned yourself with white supremacy, and they literally sold you to white supremacy. They literally sold you into white supremacy, then turned around and blamed you and said you aligned yourself against them, when the whole time they've aligned themselves against you. White supremacy ain't using black women against black men. White supremacy is using black men against black women. I need y'all to understand that. The only person who's being used against somebody is black men being used against black women. Because black men are a threat to nobody. Black men are a threat to absolutely nobody. Tell me the group of men who are threatened by black men's presence. And anybody, I'll wait. Toast to mixed babies just to abandon them. Yep. Yeah, because they abandoned them too. They abandoned them too. So this lipstick is kind of like a mixture of two. I'll tell y'all what it, well, I'll tell y'all now. Il Maquillage, this one, it's called Danger. And then, Stilla, Glamberry. There you go. Those are, I mixed them for the purplish color of, on the dress. But, anyway, hey, Divine. Divine said black men not even a threat to femme gay men. Yeah, they're a threat to nobody. They're a threat to nobody because they've proven that they're nothing but cowards. And that's not even to insult them, but I don't know what black men would have done to instill fear in anybody. I don't know what they have done. You said click the 2-person icon next to the rose to expand your box. Let me see. No, I don't think that. Oh, okay, there you go. Okay, I see it. Okay. All right, there we go. Okay, there we go. All right, there we go. Give me a second to adjust this. Okay. Yeah, but they're a threat to nobody. That's what I'm saying. Like, who are they a threat to? Who are they a threat to? I can tell you who is a threat. Want me to tell y'all who is a threat to the establishment? The only group of people in the black community who is known for fighting, and it ain't black men. And it ain't black men. Because I know when Brian called up to my channel and Bandit started crying for like 6 months straight, all I know is Man of No Color said black men are no competition or no threat to them. They said, if anything, black women are. If anything, and listen, I didn't say it. The Man of No Color said it. The Man of No Color said, if anything, black women are their competition. Black women are the threat. Black men are not. Black men have done nothing to show that they are a threat to anybody. If anything, they find symbolic ways to show Men of No Color that they're not a threat to them, i.e. only hanging around Men of No Color. Oh, you said a white man told you that too? Yeah. Yeah, Asia slays, yeah. And any of them probably will tell you that. They probably will tell you that. Oh, hey, the blackest sheep, thanks. I love y'all too. I do. If anybody want to request up, especially on TikTok, if you disagree, you can hit the request up button. I ain't gonna be on here too much longer. So if you want to, Nolan Wells, you said the name of him, or we talking about Nolan Wells? And the fact that he was essentially toe tagged by his people. Because those were his people. His people were the Men of No Color that he surrounded himself with. His people were the women of no color that he valued over black women, because that's what he was out there doing. What he was out there doing is thinking that he was a white man and that he was going to shoes up on a white woman in front of white men, and they said absolutely not. What they said is, we ain't here to compete with you for women in our community, and while you may be cowardly and your way of deterring this is to go to your women and try to convince them no other man wants them, instead of going the cowardly route, we gonna take your ass out and get away with it. That's what they said they gonna do. They said, damn, sitting up in front of Becky and telling her why she shouldn't date you. No, I'm going to do something about it. See, what bandits will do is, bandits will just sit up and run their mouth. Bandits will sit up in black women's spaces and say, oh, white men don't want you. Don't no other man want. White men don't want what we want. White men don't want what we don't want. As you go pick up their trash. As you go pick up their discarded goods and put it on a pedestal. So it sounds like the only thing black men want is what white men have discarded and don't want. But in that case there, that was a woman of no color that men of no color did want. And they said absolutely not. They said absolutely not. When it comes to one of the ones that we actually do want, we will take your ass smooth out. And that's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened. They said they not playing with you. They said you think you a threat. You think you gonna throw yourself around here. You think that because we letting you around, we like you. No, we don't like you. And they showed him they don't like him. They showed him you ain't really a friend of ours. Who cares if we went to school together? Because the people of no color, they mama, that judge, she said she went to school with Nolan's mama. You think they cared that they grew up with some black people that they didn't even want to be in proximity to? No. They have been trying to sabotage the image of black women for decades. Yeah. And that's exactly why they're going through everything they're going through. It's exactly why they're going through everything they're going through. And I'm going to tell y'all, black men will keep going through this. And there ain't nothing that black women can do to save black men. The only thing you gonna do is get in the way of their spiritual reckoning. They laid the groundwork for this. Black men laid the groundwork for this. They said Becky is what's most important to them. Okay, go get you a Becky. Go get one. You willing to die for it? Go get one. Put your life on the line for it. They've already shown it thousands of times. And I don't know why black women can't just leave them there. If that is what they want, let them have it. Let them have it. Even in your Christian Bible, it talks about giving people over to their sinful desires. Give black men over to their desires. Give them over to their desires, and whatever happens, happens. Yeah, they think it's love. They said they going where they're respected. They said they're going to who submits to them. They said they're going to the community that loves them. Okay. And you got over there and you got what you went over there for. I hope you did. I hope you got what you went over there for. And if y'all think it ain't go, if y'all, listen, black women are the most delusional if they think they can do anything to protect black men from this. You cannot. You cannot. See, Yasmin, Adriana, the problem for me is that I ain't seen his mother cry yet. I ain't seen his mother cry over her son yet. And have y'all seen her? Put a 1 in the chat box if you seen his mama cry over him. I ain't seen a news clip where Nolan's mama is crying over him, but maybe y'all saw it. Maybe y'all have seen one, because I ain't seen one. I've seen no videos of her crying. But some people are saying that they did. Because some people are putting, it ain't a lot. It ain't a lot. There's probably only about 3 people in the comment section on TikTok out of 400 people, there's 3 people who put in there that they saw her crying. You said you saw one, but I said, yeah, I haven't seen it at all. I've not seen her shed a tear. I haven't. And if she did shed a tear, fine. But y'all know I got a thing about mothers who lose their children. Ain't no tears in sight. Like I said, the stepdad looked like he's sadder. The stepdad truly do look like he's sadder than she is. Yep, they got the Erica Kirk tears. The Erica Kirk tears. She is biracial. Oh, she don't remind me of Erica Kirk. Erica Kirk has she-devil energy. Yeah, that lady's energy isn't demonic. Erica's energy, in my opinion, Erica Kirk's energy is demonic. Erica Kirk's energy is 100% demonic. And Nolan's mother doesn't have demonic energy. What her energy is saying is that she has to now deal with the fact that she lost her son in her pursuit of white validation. That's her thing. Oh, they got 5 kids? You said, by the way, they got 5 kids. Nolan was the 6th. He was sad he lost a potential NFL buck. Possibly. Yeah, Dr. Coco, she does. Erica Kirk is, no, that's demonic energy. Y'all really are gonna have to start trying to pick up on demonic energy when you see it. To me, there's nothing, and listen, I'm not saying for you who said that you think she got the same energy as Erica Kirk. I promise you, I'm not coming for you at all. I'm not saying that you lack discernment. I'm just saying, and I'm saying that because I don't want you to think that. I'm genuinely not saying that. If I thought you lacked discernment, I would just say you lack discernment. But I just don't think that their energies are the same at all. I don't think their energies are like one's over here and the other's way over there. Like, to me, their energy, they're nowhere near the same. Nowhere near the same. Crumb told Nolan mama she's going to get a bag if she forgive. Yeah, this is just nasty. Like, can I let y'all know that I literally hate it here. I hate it here. I hate it here. I hate it here. There ain't nobody gonna convince me that this ain't hell. How is this not hell? Now, assuming what you're saying is true. Assuming what you're saying is true, and he really did tell her that if she forgives, she'll get a bag. So, what then would be the difference between you and a plantation owner who's selling a kid out simply so that they can get a bag? Your kid was just toe tagged, and he over here, assuming that's true. But I'm not going to just believe that right off the bat, because a lot of people is putting out false information, like the notion that neither of the coroners have came back and said anything. But someone is saying that the coroner said that he didn't have water in his lungs. I heard that too. That's why I went and checked. And from what I see, that's not true. None of the coroners have came and spoke and said anything. Why do they need $750,000 if the funeral and autopsy is paid and being working pro bono? Because they want a payday. I'm telling you, I honestly think like, it's taken everything in me to not think the mom was in on it. Erica was a CIA agent in her 20s. Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay. You said because they got 5 other kids, they said they not working. Well, that's probably why she not over there teared up, because she got 5 other kids. You said you're confused. That is his stepdad. Yeah, it is his stepdad. We don't know where his dad is. We don't know where his dad is. Because here's the thing. Now, I want to tell y'all what I believe as I close this out. This is what I think. This is what I think need to happen. And listen, I already know people will clip what they want to. They can say what they want to. I don't care. A lot of y'all were dragging me back in the day for things that y'all are now trying to lay original claim to. So I'm gonna say this. Black women, you need to stop including these bandits ain't here anyway to raise the kids, but stop including them in child rearing. They don't need to be included in child rearing. The child does not need the dad. You think they need the dad, they don't. What they need is consistency and reliability. And these men are not consistent and reliable. And you are doing more harm introducing your child to a man who is going to leave. Again, he is going to leave. He's going to leave. You're doing more harm to your child introducing them to and letting them bond with a man who's going to leave than you would be if you just didn't introduce him. Do y'all know how much better off I would have been in life if my mom would have just never introduced me to my dad and never had me around him? If I would have never been introduced to my dad and I was never around him, I would have been so much more, I wouldn't have had the amount of trauma that I have. I wouldn't have had to go to therapy. Like seriously. Men need to be completely cut out of the child rearing process. They need to be completely cut out. They need to. If you look at nature, even including them in the child rearing process is unnatural. It's unnatural. It is unnatural. You said your daughter never met her dad and she's 15, and I guarantee you she don't have daddy issues. I bet you she ain't got a daddy issue in sight, because you can't cry over what you don't know. It's not unnatural. It is risky and unnatural. It's absolutely. And you can see that it's unnatural because look at everything that's happening now, the result of it. Because men are included in the child rearing process, kids got a whole bunch of mental disorders. People have a whole bunch of mental disorders primarily because men have been included in the child rearing process, even though they're extremely unreliable and dangerous. So now we're dealing with a society full of psychological disorders and post-SA disorders because people think it's normal and natural to include these males in child rearing. No, it's not. It's unnatural, and that's why it doesn't work. It's unnatural, and that's why it's having the negative effects. It's unnatural, and that's why they're not falling into place. It's unnatural, and that's why you hear them talking about how they don't value fatherhood. It's unnatural, and that's why most of them abandon their children, because they know they're not supposed to be in a father role. They're not supposed to be there. They're literally evading a responsibility that they're not supposed to have. You said both parents was in the home, yet mine was an alcoholic and my mother's still with him now. Yeah, because women are putting men over their children. They're putting men over their children. And because they've been brainwashed to believe that the natural way is for a male to be raising their children, they're trying to cling to that, and that's not natural. It's not natural. That's why you're dealing with a society full of people with mental illnesses. Where else are they getting the mental illnesses from? I'll wait for y'all to tell me where these kids are primarily getting these behavioral, self-esteem, and mental issues from. What is the cause of them? What is the cause of them? What's causing the abandonment issues and the attachment issues? Oh yeah, an absentee father. Your child is the only one who will love you no matter what. Black males kill each other more often than white males do. Yeah, that's why I'm saying even with the Nolan Wells situation, it's selective outrage. It's selective outrage. It really is. Because they wouldn't be saying nothing if this was a group of black men, and we know that because they're not saying anything about those group of black cops who stomped out that dude. We know they not. Why they not talking about the cops who got off and they stomped out that dude? Tyree Nichols. Why? Why? Black men talk about single mothers, but look at what Carmelo and Nolan dad did to them. Yeah, just complete weakness. It ain't just him. It's that other dude too. The one that was shot by the Asian. The one that was toe tagged by the Asian dude. His dad was weak too. That's why the mama was out front. Look, listen. Notice how they say get you a black man, marry a black man to be the protector. Who's at the forefront of this discussion on Nolan Wells? Who's at the forefront? Who's the mouthpiece of this situation with Nolan Wells? Yeah, women. Women are. Yeah, women are. Yep, women. Because his Nolan's mama is at the forefront of that. That Cyrus boy, his mama was at the forefront of that. The daddy was in the back being passive and weak. Carmelo Anthony's, his mama is at the forefront of it. His daddy sitting to the back passive and weak. Shouldn't black men be organizing and unifying together to get some legislation in place to protect black males? Or do you only go to the Supreme Court when white vagina is involved? Because I don't know why black men haven't hit up the Supreme Court about this issue. About the fact that every time a black man is found lynched, they rule it a suicide. Why ain't you taking that legislation? Why? Because Becky's vagina ain't involved? You said they always got money for black men foolishness, but don't want to go fund some supermarkets. And no, they don't. They don't. They don't. And nothing's going to change in the community because, to be honest, black women are okay with this. Black women are consenting to this. How are you consenting to this? Because you have to birth the black community, including black men. You have to birth the black community, including black males. So by virtue of you continuing to feed bodies to this degeneracy, you are literally in compliance in the most important way. You are in compliance. You are agreeing in the most important way. Just like women sitting up complaining about male behavior, and there's only one way for males to exist. There's only one way for males to exist. It doesn't matter if men say they have a seed. It doesn't matter if men say they can create life. It doesn't matter if they say Jesus is creating life. The birth rates are down. Men ain't creating life. Jesus ain't creating life. Why? Why? Men said they had a seed. Akon said they can reproduce without women. Why are you complaining about the birth rates? Why? Why aren't y'all in prayer circles asking Jesus to impregnate women against their will? Why ain't y'all doing it? Because y'all said the baby's coming from Jesus. You said they coming from male sperm. Why the birth rate still down? Why are the birth rates continuing to plummet? Why ain't you took your seed and created life with it? When are men going to take their seed and translate it into life? Or are you not capable of doing it because you need to borrow women's bodies to do it? Is that why you can't do it in your own body? You got a seed, but your body ain't equipped to turn your seed into a human life. You need to borrow women's weaker vessel. Is that what you need to do? Why are you asking our weaker vessel to do an important task that white man with liver spots on his face said don't take talent to do, yet he can't do it? And why are y'all letting them run around and minimize what you do? Why don't you make them do it? They said they have a seed. Okay, so use your seed to create life without using a woman's body. Because we don't need a male body to create life. We don't need a male body to create life. We need 0% of the male body to create life. Yeah, use your seed in your ribs. All we should be seeing is rib, seed, and dust working. And we should see men doing it. We should see men doing it. And I don't know how y'all are okay with men running around calling you an incubator, saying you ain't creating life, saying they create life. Then bitch, create life. Let them cook. Let the man cook then. Then here, let us step out the kitchen. Let you cook. Create the life then, man. We waiting on you to do it. It don't take no talent. You already got the seed. What you waiting for? It's been what? 6 years? Or what, 4 years since Roe v. Wade? In 4 years, surely y'all can get the birth rate up. Where are men? Where are the men? Where's your ribs, your seeds, and your dust? Why you ain't, like, where's the same energy with your seed? Why are you talking to women? Why are you talking to women? We just, all we are is a weak vessel. We don't do nothing. All we do is incubate life. And you can use a machine for that. So why ain't y'all nothing into incubators and producing babies then? Why y'all ain't doing it? Why y'all not doing it? Where's a man to come up here and troll and mention his seed when you need him to? Where's a seed carrying black man when you need to ask him why is his seed not creating black children? They can make eggs and sperm from blood, which houses mitochondrial DNA, but they still need women to bring it forth. Listen, there's no scenario on this planet where where anybody is creating a baby without a woman's body. It just ain't happening. We was seeds. Like, seriously, somebody needs to say that we was seeds. Like, for real. No, but I want a bandit to come up here for the last 5 minutes, because I'm only, or 4 more minutes. I'm only going to be on here for 4 more minutes. Can a bandit come tell us why his seed is not creating life? Men said they create life. If you think God creates life, can you come up here and tell me why God haven't increased the global birth rate? God must not want y'all to have no babies. God must want the birth rate to be low. This must be an act of God. Because if God can give y'all babies and God ain't giving y'all babies, then y'all ain't supposed to have babies. You're not supposed to have them, or God will be giving them to you. If God gave you babies before, why ain't God giving you babies now? And why ain't the men in a big ass prayer circle praying to their male sky god to send some damn babies down here? Males only determine the gender and the health of the placenta. They don't even they don't determine the health of the placenta. They don't. The placenta is based on the sex of the child, which the male sperm creates. Even the milk is different depending on the sex of the child. So, he doesn't determine the health of the placenta. I read that thing that you're talking about too. I know about the placenta. Yeah, no. They determine the gender. The placenta is based on what the gender of the baby is, just like the milk is. Lady Leo, you can come up here if you want to. Lady Leo, you can come up here for sure. You absolutely can. You said, wow, I see this lady is traumatized and demonized. Come on up here. Surely you ain't just making a comment but scared to come back your comment. Definitely not being a Leo, you ain't. The egg picture with sperm and refer, yeah. Sperm is nothing more. I know sperm is nothing more than fertilizer, but they said they got a seed. Men said that they're the life creators, but then they won't tell me where in their body do they create the life. And the woman picks the Pookie, the Ray Rays. I mean, show me a black man that ain't one. Give me an example, Brandon, of a black man that ain't no Pookie and Ray Ray. Actually, let me request you up here. Let me try to request you. Why my screen ain't working? Yeah, Brandon, go ahead and request on up and tell us what a Pookie and Ray Ray. Go ahead and tell us which black man ain't a Pookie and Ray Ray. me which black man ain't a Pookie and Ray Ray. That's what I want to know. Cause I don't see none of them who ain't no Pookie and Ray Ray. To me, when you say they choosing Pookie and Ray Rays, you're just telling me they're choosing black men. So if you think they're the difference between a Pookie and Ray Ray and a black man, I see no difference, mind you. Then feel free to come up here and educate me if you bold enough to. Because we know y'all some weak ass, cowardly ass, nothing ass bitches. You will run from a woman online just like you will run from a man in your face. So we don't really expect too much from you, but we go give you the opportunity to anyway. If you want to come up and tell me the difference between a black man and a Pookie and a Ray Ray. Because it sounds like you trying to other yourself so that you're not lumped in with the rest of the dust balls. Yeah, y'all were doing that back on the continent too. You were othering yourself on the continent too. That's how you got here. Oh, those ain't my people, so I'm going to sell them into slavery. And then your dumb ass went too. Because you know what that white man did? He looked at all of you, said black skin, yep, they all the same. Let's bring them all and put them on the plantation. And your dumb ass is over there othering yourself. Just othering. Oh, the Pookie and the Ray Ray. The Pookie and the Ray Ray. Oh, hold on. Why can't I hear you?
I don't know.
Okay, now I can hear you. Go ahead.
I don't know why you spent like 5 minutes bashing the great black man for like no reason.
What's
I don't
the
know
Pookie-
why you bring
what's
up
the
this
Pookie
false
and a
history
Ray Ray?
about, you know, slavery and all that and whatnot. I don't know. You a CIA op, man. I don't know why you trying to just thwart our unity in the South. You know, us black people unifying against, you know, the racist Asians, and you all here trying to, you know, mess up the whole movement, and we trying to get our, you know, money up, and then you messing it up, man. Why you doing that?
What's a Pookie and a Ray Ray? What's the difference between a Pookie and a Ray Ray and the average black man? Because to me, all black men are Pookies and Ray Rays. So if you're saying that they're not, tell me what a Pookie and Ray Ray is versus the black man.
First off, Pookie and Ray Rays are only they are chosen by the woman. They're a product of woman-raised environments. That's what they. That's
Okay,
why,
so they're a product of their daddy walking out on them. Yeah, we know that.
No, they're the
We know
product
that.
of the woman pushing the man out of the house.
Oh,
because
so the man was weak and ineffective and could be pushed out by a woman, which means
overbearing and,
no,
you know, intimidating.
hold on,
And
hold on. If the man could be pushed out of a home by a woman, then he's no good to a woman because that means he's
Why
a
you
damn
trying
sure.
to push him out the house, though?
Hold on. I'm talking. You already talked. If a man can be removed from his home by a woman, what good is he to her? Knowing that if a woman can put him out his hand, a man can too. So what good is he to her?
What you mean? What good is he to her? I mean,
What good? I'm asking you a direct question. What good is a man to a woman if he can be removed from his own home? What good is he?
I mean, it's because it can be removed doesn't mean
So,
it's a good thing or a bad thing.
what good is
I
he
don't
to?
know what-
Hold on, because you're not answering the question, and I need you to answer it. Or I'm just gonna bump you off. If a man can be put out of his home by anybody, what good is he to a woman and a child?
That's up to the woman.
He's
How bad
no.
do you want that man?
No,
You
he's
chose him.
useless.
You chose to get
He's
pregnant by him. I
useless.
mean, it's obvious he wanted to be there.
No, he's useless. That means he's
Not
useless.
useless. He's useful to something.
No, he's not, because he can be put out.
The black man
How?
is the most, you know,
How?
is the most,
Hold on.
you know,
How is?
entrepreneur
Hold on. How is
racing
he
man.
useful? How is he useful, and he can't even stay in his own home?
How do you know he can't?
Because he got put out, dummy. Because you said he got put out the home. You said he got put out the home. So how is he useful?
That can be a lot of things.
No,
That's him
you.
protecting his mental health.
But what did you say? But what did you say?
I said that if it, yeah.
You said no. Hold on.
What?
What you said is the woman pushed him out. Did you not say that?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah, you said the woman pushed him out. So if a woman
Just
can
'cause y'all
push
wanna
him
be,
out,
you know, boss
no,
babes and
don't. Hey, don't talk over me. When I'm talking, don't talk, cause I'm giving you that same respect. Don't talk over me when I'm talking. So if a woman can push him out of his home, and y'all said women are weaker, so now you're saying Hold on. I said,
you
okay,
making stuff up when you putting words in my mouth.
Dude, stop. You're gonna get muted. So I'm gonna mute you because you're not listening. You're not listening, and you need to listen. I said, don't talk over me. You said that this man could be put out of the home by the woman, which means if he can be put out of the home by a woman, he cannot protect the home. He cannot protect himself. He cannot protect the woman. He cannot protect the child. So now, knowing that he cannot protect anyone in that home, not even himself, because he can't even keep himself in the home, what good is he to a woman? Why should he be there? Go ahead and come off of mute and tell me why he should be in the home.
You keep repeating, just because you keep repeating.
Okay, so why? So answer it, Remedio. Why should he be in the home? Why should he be in there?
Why? It's not a matter of why he should. He is, it's his responsibility to protect and be around his wife and make sure
how is he protecting if he's getting put out the home?
I mean, why are you putting him out the home?
How can he protect?
Because you don't
how
value
can
the
he
black
protect?
Man. You don't value the black man.
I don't value black men. I don't.
So,
no, that's the solution. No, that's the solution. Hold on, because you're doing it again. So I have to mute you again because you're talking over me again. I don't value black men, and you need to understand this. And I want people on YouTube to understand this too. I don't value black men because there's nothing to value. There's nothing to value. So you can say CIA agent, you can say that. You can say I'm bitter. You can say I'm a baby mama. You can say I ain't got no black man. What you can't say is that I'm lying, though. You can deflect, but you can't say that I'm lying. There's nothing to value in black men. Dare I ask you, what should I value in black men? What should I value in black men?
What should you value in black men?
What should I value?
You're carrying the race or making sure the culture stays.
You're carrying the race by doing what? Creating biracials? By worshiping whiteness?
Biracials, that's coming from y'all.
No, that's not. That's coming from you and white women.
Coming from black women and the Mexican
no,
man,
they're not.
For whatever reason, you still ain't getting married.
No, the vast majority of.
Baby mama
hold on, because you're still being a ranting bandit, and I don't have time for the ranting meanderings of a bandit. Correction, bandit. Vast majority of biracial people on the planet has a white mother and a black father. It is not black women and Mexicans. You can lie as much as you want to.
It's actually white and Hispanic.
Hispanic isn't a race, so I'm going to need you, before you say Hispanic, I need you to hit up Google. It's free. I need you to hit it up and ask is Hispanic a race?
They reported it,
It's not a race. Hispanic is not a race. So like I said, most biracial people have a white mother and a black father. You don't get to be up here and lie. If we're gonna have a discussion, we're gonna have it honestly, or I'm gonna kick your dumb ass out because I'm losing patience. So I'm just gonna kick you out. Because really, any bandit can come up here and say what you're saying. You're not special. You're not saying anything new. You're not saying anything new. You're not saying anything innovative. You're not even saying anything that's true. You're saying nothing that we have not heard. All you're doing is regurgitating bandit banter that I already know is different.
It ain't bandit banter.
It's bandit banter. You ain't doing a damn thing. You ain't holding no community.
And what
You're not keeping the community. What are black women doing?
What do you do? You ain't doing
nothing. Black women. Hold on. Black women are doing what you think black men are doing. Black women are doing what you think black men are doing. Black women are carrying the community. Black women are the ones who are becoming the entrepreneurs. Black women are raising the children. Black women are making the money. Black women are getting the legislation passed. Black women are buying the land. Black women are building communities. Black men are doing nothing but sucking white dick and getting nowhere.
All that, and
hey, goodbye.
And for whatever reason, you want to push the black man out the house because you're mad because your black man left you.
Again, bandit banter that you can predict. We already covered that one, bandit. I said, even if you say a black man left me, it ain't gonna change the fact that it's the truth. So fine, you can say a black man left me, sure. You can say I have daddy issues, okay. Black men are still cowards. You're still weak. You still done nothing to make anybody fear you. You're still the lowest on the social totem pole. You still don't take care of your kids. You still costing the government buildings by being broke. You're still a nothing ass bitch. You still getting toe tagged by everybody and punked out. So 2 things could be true. Unfortunately, none of the things that you said is true, and everything that I've said is true. It just is what it is. A man who can get kicked out of his house does not belong in that house. He don't belong in the house. He can't even keep his dumb ass in the house. If he can't even stay in the house, then he can't protect the house because his dumb ass just got put out. Whoever put him out the house is the protector of the house that he don't belong in. He doesn't belong there. He can't protect anyone. And that's what black men are telling you. Black men are giving you a contradictory narrative. In one breath, they're saying, oh, we're the protectors. We're going to keep you safe. We're going to bring organization and structure to your house. And in the next breath, they saying a woman kicked them out of a house. Welfare removed them from the home. So which is it, dumbass bitch? Is it you're protecting the home, or are you getting kicked out of it? Because if you getting kicked out and removed from your home, then your weak ass you can't protect it. You can't protect nothing in that house if you can't even stay in the house. You would think that would be obvious. Obviously, you ain't protecting no damn home that somebody is putting you out of. If we wanted to be protected, dumbass bandit, we wouldn't go to you. You couldn't stop yourself from being put on the plantation. You couldn't stop yourself from getting lynched. You couldn't stop yourself from getting buck broken. Why would we look to broke bucking bandits for protection? You out of your damn mind. You couldn't even protect the grape in your refrigerator as you get kicked out of your own damn home. So what are you talking about? Y'all don't want to be protected. You can't protect. Demonstrate that you can protect yourself first. Cross that bridge. Get the boot off your neck. Stop men of no color from stringing your dumb ass up in 2026 first. Before you talk about protecting someone. You ain't protected a damn thing. You can't even protect your pussy. Just dumb. Just dumb. Just sitting there weak, trying to be strong, trying to convince somebody. Do you think I don't have 2 workable eyes, bandit? Do you really think I don't see the condition in the community? Am I too blind to see that everybody running around punking the hell out of black men, treating them like they bitches, and you ain't doing nothing? Becky can bitch you out. Literally, a 10-year-old white boy can get the best of any black man in this country because your dumb ass ain't did nothing to put a drop of fear in nobody except for a black woman or a black child. That's it. The only person who is threatened by your presence is your damn kids, bandit. Kids that you shouldn't even meet. Kids that you shouldn't be around. Kids that you didn't even want. You were just trying to trap the mama, right? We already told you, Brandon Bandit, a black man hurt us. Now go avenge us with your weak ass. Since you asking, go avenge me. You know a black man hurt me, go avenge me. Or are you gonna just sit in the comments and bussy pop like a dumbass bitch thinking you hurting feelings when you not? A black man done hurt everybody in both comment sections. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean? Talking about, a black man hurt you. Which you are you talking about? Are you talking about me? Are you talking about the 800 in YouTube? Or are you talking about the 472 on TikTok? Shout out to Jazz Doll in there. Wait, which one are you talking about? Because I can guarantee you if you poll any of them, all of them go say a black man hurt them. So what do you mean? What you mean? Black men running around hurting the entire community. Why do you think I'm talking about them? Why do you think I have to sit up here and talk about black men hurting hurting the damn community. They hurting the women, they hurting the children, they hurting other black men. Therein lies the problem. That's why I'm here. If you wasn't hurting everybody in the community, then I wouldn't be sitting up here. You need to go check your fellow bandits and show us that you can protect. But you won't. You won't even you ain't even go verbally confront nobody, let alone actually bust a grape in a fruit fight. Shut your weak ass up. I'm over it. Anyways, I'll see y'all later on TikTok. I'm getting a headache. Y'all know I don't like dealing with these bandits. It make my soul itch. Like literally. It's just irritating me. It's just irritating me. You supposed to suck dick and shut up and obey. That's what you supposed to do. You supposed to shut up, suck dick, and obey. And that's largely what y'all doing. That's what you supposed to be doing. Why are you asking a woman what you supposed to be doing? Ain't you a leader? What, you can't protect us unless we tell you how? Let me get off of here before my channel gets deleted, because I'm not even about to deal with these bandits. Let me just thank y'all so much on TikTok for all of y'all support. I'll try to be back on here on Thursday. I'm telling y'all, if I'm on Thursday, it'll be later, because I got a whole hour and a half video doctor visit. So, I mean, hopefully it won't be the full hour and a half. Anyway, I'll see y'all later. I'm getting off. Bye, y'all on TikTok. I'm closing out here first. And then y'all on YouTube. I will see y'all probably on Thursday too. Y'all for Patreon, y'all know I'll see y'all tomorrow. If any of y'all who are not subscribed, if you want to subscribe to Patreon, go ahead and subscribe to Patreon. That's how you can we'll talk about Charleston White tomorrow probably. I don't know what we gonna talk about on Thursday on YouTube. We might just drag bandits. We might just do that. Because bandits are masochists. They are. They like being dragged. They come over here and they always bait me into dragging them. And I really need to stop. I need to stop taking the bait. I really need to. I need to stop taking the bait. Because bandits do it on purpose. They're gluttons for punishment. They come over here lying. They come over here being weird. And then they end up... Because y'all know I don't have the patience for weirdo bandits. Y'all know I don't have the patience. The least they can do is bring some originality. The least they can do is not come with the same stale dumbass talking points. It's like, bandit, if you don't get some new material, like, it's irritating me. Anyway, I'll see y'all on Patreon tomorrow. Y'all on YouTube, if you don't subscribe to Patreon, I will see you Thursday. Y'all, bye. See y'all later.